Hi, everyone. Welcome to Heart of Homeschooling. I'm Shannon Carpenter, and I'm Program Director here at Heart of Homeschooling. Today, we are talking about how to make an education plan. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is my graphic about 5 steps to organizing your year. So the first step, and this graphic is available in your assignment section. So the first thing you want to do is after, of course, you've taken your learning styles quiz and you've decided on your curriculum, now it's time to plan your year, plan your daily assignments and all of that. So you want to take a sheet of paper and you want to either use a digital sheet or just a piece of paper. And you want to write all the months that you're going to be doing school vertically on your sheet down column A if you're using Google Sheets or some type of Excel program. The second thing you want to do is write your subjects across the top in row 1. And these will include all of your core academic subjects such as English or language arts, math, history, science, art, music, anything that your child will be doing that they may need daily or weekly assignments written in. The third thing you're going to do is to choose a monthly theme. So on this first grid, you're going to be going through the months and you're going to kind of decide what theme you want to do. And this is really applicable if you're doing a unit study or a field trip or anything like that. And some months you may not have a theme, but that option is there for you. Number 4, you want to go ahead and write in you're going to go ahead and create a new sheet of paper. And if you're using the sheets on Google Drive, then you're going to add a sheet. So you'll have a tab at the bottom, which I'll show you next. And you're going to go ahead and write 1 through 30 or 31, depending on the month, down in column A. And then you're going to, you'll see in my example next what it's going to look like. And then you're going to fill in all of the subjects in row 1 and then write a plan for each day for that month. And you can make a copy for your child if they're reading and they can check it off as they finish. This is going to allow you to stay on task throughout the whole year. So let me go ahead and share my example with you. Okay, so this is an example of what I'm talking about. I went ahead and used Google Sheets because I love Google Drive because you can share it with anyone you want in an instant and it's editable, and I just love Google Drive. So up here in the top corner, 1A, I have name and grade, so you can do that if you want to. If you have multiple children, it helps keep track. Then down column A, like I mentioned, you want to go ahead and put in all of the months that you are doing structured school. For us, we start mid-August and we go through just about the first week of June. So I have all 10 months listed there, or 11 months rather. And then across the top in row 1, I have listed all of the different subjects that we are going to cover for this child this year. So we have Bible, language arts, reading, spelling, handwriting, math, history and social studies, science, art, music, PE, and then I've included one column for field trips and vacations. This is kind of that theme column that I was telling you about earlier. And then for every month, I've gone ahead and listed out what this child will be doing. And you can see it pretty much repeats all the way through the school year. She is going to be doing reading her Bible and her Jesus Calling book every day, and then she's going to be doing her Bible life pack. I'm not going to put specific instructions here. This is just a general overview. For language arts, she's doing her life pack, which is the Alpha Omega life pack I mentioned earlier. For reading, she needs to read 30 minutes a day. For spelling, she's using A Reason for Spelling. Now, you may or may not have a spelling program and a handwriting program. You might be using something that's all in one, which is fine. For us, we've separated it out because I want this particular child to have her own spelling workbook and handwriting workbook. For math, she's doing teaching textbooks. For history and science, again, it's the life packs. For art, she's going to be doing Let's Make Art lessons that come, it's actually a really fun thing. She watches a video and each month she receives 4 new watercolor packets that she creates from watching the video. And then she has a piano lesson and practicing for music, for PE, 30 minutes inside or outside exercising. And then I've listed, like I said before, any family field trips or vacations that we're going to be taking, so I can quickly at a glance see what's coming up. For instance, I know that in September we're going to be going to Palm Springs on a vacation there. So I'm going to go ahead and start thinking about, do we want to go on any hikes while we're there at Joshua Tree? Do we want to go on any field trips? Do we want to go to the zoo like we did years ago? At night they have this amazing zoo program, and we did a field trip there. So just be thinking about the different things you want to do and add to your learning, and then I would go ahead and add that to any subject area it might fall into. So if we go to the zoo, for example, I'm going to add that to science. So I remember, oh, we went to the zoo in September. And then the second thing we talked about on that graphic that I showed you is you want to go ahead and put the months down here in a tab. And so I've added August because I'm not going to do the whole year right now. I just want you to see what 1 month looks like. And like I said, we start mid-August. So this year we started on August 19th. And so I've listed the days of the month here. So you just see the 19th through the 31st. And then across the top, I've relisted all of those different subject areas. And you can see right here, I separated Bible. I separated the Jesus Calling Devo from her Bible because I want to be very specific about what is expected each day. So for instance, this child then is going to look at August 19th and see all of her daily assignments for that day. And it does seem like a lot, but it doesn't take hours and hours. A lot of these life pack pages are maybe 20 minutes. So if you add it all up, it's about 3 to 4 hours for a fourth grader. So she's going to start by reading Jesus Calling for that date. Then do her Life Pack 1, 2 pages, Life Pack 1 for Language Arts, 2 pages, 30 minutes of reading, spelling, and so on. She has 1 lesson of art per week. She does not do that each day. So she does that on Monday, and I've just added that to each Monday. And then over here I have PE, and PE changes through the year, but for August we definitely do a lot of swimming. So we go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to the pool. And then on Tuesday and Thursday, she's doing something outside. So you can see how this really helps in planning out your days. And for my children that are 3rd and 4th and up, I always print this off so they can see, or I'll write it on the board. We have a big, huge chalkboard in our kitchen, and I'll write down what they're to do each day. So that is an example, and you can do that for TK on up to high school and through college if they're doing concurrent enrollment. The goal, though, is to really help your children become more independent learners, or students become more independent learners, and to eventually do this for themselves, which they're fully capable of, probably 7th, 8th, and up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the share. And now I want to look at high school. So if you have a high schooler coming up, or even if you have an 8th grader this year, you're going to want to start thinking about what courses you want them to take. And this is the Heart of Homeschooling Homeschool Education Plan for high school that's recommended. And I went ahead and put all of the subjects, which you'll see going down this time instead of across at the top, because it's a little bit flip-flopped, because we need to squeeze in 4 years here instead of just 1 month or 1 year. And so these are the recommended subject areas for A to G, which is the UCCSU system here in California. And so for history or social science, high schoolers need to have 30 units, which equals 3 years, 3 full years. English is 40, or for 4 full years, it's 10 units per year. Math is 30 units. Lab science, which is biology with a lab, or chemistry with a lab, that is at 20 units. Foreign language, 20 units. Visual and performing arts, which is music, theater, art, that is 10 units. Electives, which are A to G approved, and I'll show you those in just a few minutes, 50 units. Altogether, that equals 200. Now, you really want to check, if you are enrolled in a charter school, what that individual charter school's requirements are. These are the recommended requirements, but your school might have different requirements. So definitely check and make sure. This is just to get you started and to help you see what is usually required for high school graduation. So let me go ahead and show you what a completed one looks like. Okay, this is a completed high school example. So if you want to go ahead, we'll go through each subject area so you can see the recommended sequence of different subjects. So for history and social science, it's recommended that the students start with world history A and B in grade 10, and then move to US history in grade 11, and then economics and government for grade 12, fulfilling all of those 30 units. For English, of course, it's pretty easy. You start with English 9A, 9B, and then move all the way on up through 12th grade. Math, it's recommended that the students start with Algebra 1 in 9th grade, moving to geometry, and then Algebra 2. Now, if this student is not ready for Algebra 1, which many are not, I would recommend starting with pre-algebra in grade 9 and then scooting these on down, still finishing with Algebra 2. That is highly recommended in 12th grade instead of 11th. For lab science, I recommend starting with biology in 9th grade and then chemistry in 10th grade. But again, this can be adjusted if the student is not taking a class or a class is not available to them in 9th grade. These can be moved over and started in 10th and 11th grade instead. Foreign language, it's recommended the students start with Spanish 1 and then Spanish 2. However, it's open to other languages if the student desires, for example, to take French or another language, German, another language that they want to learn, that's totally fine. For visual and performing arts, it's recommended that the student take digital media, A and B, in 11th grade. And then for other electives, A to G approved, these are the recommended electives just based on traditional high school pathways. However, there is some wiggle room there. So if you have any questions regarding electives, just go ahead and shoot me an email at shannon@heartofhomeschooling.org. That is all I was going to share with you today. So I hope that helps you in thinking about your education plan for any grade student that you have. But if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope y'all have a great day.